5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Our legroom problem is 10.
I like being able to fire people.
The good news is you're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
I know why jobs come and why they go.
Go, you're fired.
You're fired.
You're fired.
I'm gonna need your key card.
I know how jobs are created and how jobs are lost.
Piggy, you are fired! You are fired! Piggy, you are fired! Fired!
I understand how jobs come and how jobs go.
You're fired!
I like being able to fire people.
So, we've officially decided to start the... we'll turn the headphones down. Okay, thank you, Matt. You don't have to hand motion. Just say headphones down.
Well,
there,
I don't want to just be so ignorant on the show.
You're not being ignorant at all. Is he being ignorant, Tom? Was he ignorant during Beyond Question today?
Sure he was.
Was he?
Do you feel ignorant?
You're ignorant?
Yeah, what?
Ignorant?
Ignorant.
Do you want to join us too, sir? I'll be in here. I'll be around until about 4:50, and then I gotta go take care of a few things. So, I haven't gotten to see you two in a while, and I want to talk to you guys about the Chargers. First of all,
Okay.
We know they're moving to LA.
Yeah.
Okay. What in the world did they do to their logo?
Well, they're searching to become the Los Angeles Dodgers. They want to be the Dodgers of football. Well, that's not going to happen because they don't have a team. They have a bunch of clowns and a quarterback and a good player in Joey Bosa. So, and Travis Benjamin, if you think he's legitimate. So
He played for the Browns. He's not legit.
yeah, he was already scarred before leaving. It's like injuring yourself and then leaving the hospital to go back to your job, and you're at your job and you're wondering, why is my knee hurting me so much? And you're underperforming. That's Travis Benjamin on the Chargers. So I just think the logo is I like it, honestly. The LA, it kind of fits because they're in Los Angeles. Who knew that was going to happen?
But why would you play in a soccer stadium for the first 2 years of your moving to LA?
They're not playing in the Coliseum?
They're not moving to the Coliseum until 2019.
Yeah,
what about
the
those?
guys be getting a bigger, they're supposed to be getting another stadium.
Yeah, in Inglewood.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
But before that happens, they're going to be playing in a a 27,000 seat soccer stadium for the first 2 years of their existence.
Well, they don't have that many fans anyway.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. They don't have very.
I mean, the only person that'll be at that game is Kyle. So,
Good point.
It's going to be like, just him and then a couple people that moved down from San Diego because they're followers, not leaders in life.
So, breaking today, the Raiders actually officially filed relocation papers to move to Las Vegas.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
That is something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then what is that logo going to look like? We have to...
LVR. And then some dude with an eye patch. And bones and stuff like that.
Yeah, like a typical Raiders logo. Yeah.
Wait, no, it's going to be like a Joker from a card. Like a gambling card.
So basically Kyle at the Hayrides?
Yes.
Okay.
And then that's Kyle every day. And then is this show the Destroy Kyle show? I think we should name it that.
But Kyle actually dressed up as the Joker at the Hayrides.
Oh, okay.
He actually did.
So he does that every single year.
No, but
yes.
but think about like a Joker on a playing card, right?
Yeah.
And then think about that in black and white, and then think of an eye patch on the Joker because they're in Vegas gambling.
Okay.
Joker with an eye patch, Raiders. Or it could just be like some dude that had to become homeless because he lost all of his money with an eye patch, sitting like at a bus stop.
No.
No, let's not do that.
Let's not go there.
That would be hilarious, though.
Can we delete that from the show? Oh.
I wish.
Too late. Okay.
I'm okay.
Anyway.
I think.
So what did we discuss during our Beyond Questions show? I didn't know you guys were doing a show today, so I didn't tune in.
All right. Well, we discussed the Kyle Korver trade.
Okay.
And whether or not he would be a fit for the Cavs. We actually disagreed a bit on that.
Yeah.
There was because Bossman figured that Korver was going to be a big part during the postseason. And that it was going to be a bigger deal than having Mike Dunleavy,
yeah,
who's more of a spotty shooter, and Kyle Korver's more Deadeye,
Mm-hmm.
which I get. Yes. However, we already have enough 3-point shooters on our team. We didn't really need that. I figured we could go for somebody who was more of a rebounder. And it didn't make sense for me to have Kyle Korver on the team. Then we talked about the AFC and NFC playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
The championship games.
Yeah, and that's both Matt and Jeremiah took the Falcons. I actually picked the Packers, but all three of us went with the Patriots because it's too obvious.
It's Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
So I see First Take, you guys were doing YouTube shows, I guess, or YouTube clips during the Beyond Question, and
Correct.
the First Take says, are the Warriors better than the Cavs after destroying them by 30 points? What do you guys think?
You know, I don't think they're both teams are going to beat up on each other. I think the Warriors are better at home than the Cavs are at home against the Warriors. But I think when it comes down to, I mean, especially this year with Kevin Durant being the new addition to the Warriors, you have the Warriors kind of on their high horse. You know, they're kind of looking at the NBA as the minor league, and then the Cavs are the only other professional team, which is how a lot of people nowadays look at it.
Yeah.
You know, because of the past two seasons, and the past two finals. And I think just looking at that, they are the two best teams in the league. I think the Spurs are right there, but they're on the outside looking in for right now. I think that's going to change come postseason. Mm-hmm. But as of right now, the Warriors are better than the Cavs when they're playing at Oracle. The Cavs are better than the Warriors when they're playing at the Q. Except for the finals last year. But that was because it was a magical moment for Cleveland. Mm-hmm. LeBron's heart was in it like never before. And you cannot beat a team led by LeBron James when LeBron is in a now or never moment. You know, he didn't feel that in year one because we didn't have Kevin Love. We didn't have Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving playing in the finals. You know, we didn't have our squad.
Right.
Now we have our squad. That's what we had last season. And we won. LeBron doesn't just want to win champion. He's not like the Miami LeBron. Win because people don't think you can. That was his mindset. And then when he won, he realized, I can do this anywhere I go. He had more of a vengeful heart in Miami. In Cleveland, he's doing it for the city. He's doing it for his teammates, for his family. He has a bigger audience now. Nobody hates him like they did in Miami. Nobody has, blood for blood hate like then. Now it's different. People may dislike him, like Draymond Green, but they are not going to, make him look like a phony star. I mean, they don't hate him now. So
I'm going to boldly answer the First Take answer with no. The Warriors are not better than the Cavs, even though they beat them by 30 points. Because if we look at the last few games in the last few days, that was the third game in 4 days or something like that.
Right.
So if you can rest the Cavaliers, I mean, they beat them twice at Oracle last year in the finals. Well, nobody expected that.
Yeah.
I mean, and by the way, Kyle, Warriors blew a 3-1 series lead. But anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the Seahawks lost to the Falcons.
Yes.
Russell Wilson's trash.
So is your fantasy team.
The Seahawks may lose a second-round pick because Sherman was not reported injured.
Oh, did you hear about that?
So,
No. What was that?
Yeah.
The Seattle Seahawks may lose their second-round pick because they failed to report that Richard Sherman was injured
With a knee injury.
During the game. Like, they could have even said questionable and then he plays. But they failed to say that that anything was wrong with him at all. And so that is a rule in the NFL. You have to report anyone that's semi-injured, injured in full, out for the season, that type of deal.
Yeah.
And
it's also a rule to keep your balls properly inflated. but of course,
Good point. But looking at the Cavs schedule, they played the Jazz and Portland back-to-back days. Less than 2 days later, they were playing Sacramento, and then a 2-day rest, and they're playing the Warriors.
And they're all on the road.
And they're all on the road. They're all on the West Coast at that.
But you can't, when you're a professional and you're LeBron James and you're Kyrie Irving and you're Kevin Love, you know, there's no excuse. You know, if this was the finals, that game would have turned out differently. LeBron would not have taken a back seat. You know, we wouldn't have had the problem with Korver trying to infuse him into the chemistry that we already have.
Right.
So it would have been different if it was the postseason, but for right now, we still have a few questions. What exactly is Kyle Korver's role? Are we going to get a backup point guard? Who's on the trade block? Because LeBron said it, and David Griffin approved it. LeBron said, I'm not going to say it again. We need a backup point guard. David Griffin said, we're not done dealing yet. After Korver. We're getting somebody else. Now, I think we should go after Rudy Gay, but that's just me. You know, I think this team needs that backup point guard, and if we had whoever that is, whether it's Norris Cole, Mario Chalmers, reports coming out that we're interested in Jose Calderon from L.A.
Well, Norris Cole would be an interesting pick as well as Calderon.
He's hurt. And so...
Which one? Cole?
Cole. And Chalmers is coming back from being hurt. And Calderon is a three-point shooter, too. He's been a backup with many teams. So that's just what we're looking at, because it's a backup.
But I'm
You
going
know.
on more of a hometown boy standpoint.
Well, right.
I mean, where did
agree
Cole
with
go
you.
to college?
I
Cleveland
definitely
State.
agree with you. I think that Norris Cole would be a better fit in Cleveland than the other two.
Yes.
But Chalmers would be a good fit with LeBron because they
Yeah.
played together.
Yeah.
I just don't want, and one thing I was afraid of, which didn't happen, so I'm very happy, but I don't want it to happen in the future. I don't want the Miami Heat, you know, packing their bags and then coming to Cleveland. That's what I didn't want when LeBron came back. I didn't want Bosch to follow. I didn't want Dwayne Wade.
What's the deal with Bosch anyway? Is he retiring? That's
No.
what I heard.
Right now, he the last thing that he said was the fact that he feels like he's in retirement because he's not playing, but he doesn't want to be. He wants to get picked up and go somewhere. He said, I'm okay to play now. And I don't think he wants to play in Miami anymore because they're kind of, you know, pushing him to the side.
Right.
And not even about the fact that they're bad. It's just the fact that he wants to play, and it's not in Miami, and that's where he's made his, his home. So it was kind of a stab in the back. And that's what Pat Riley also reportedly did to Dwayne Wade, according from Dwayne Wade's mouth. You know, he was willing to sign that contract, or he was willing to, push everybody to the side and tell Pat Riley, I'm going to re-sign with you guys, but I want this. And Pat Riley, in the past, would have said, okay. This Pat Riley said, no, you're going to listen to me now. And Dwayne Wade didn't like that. And he said, and then he left. Chris Bosh, I still think Pat Riley's behind this. I think the teammates, like Hassan Whiteside, it would benefit him a lot because he's young, and he needs a veteran, and that's what Chris Bosh is, and that's what he has to bring to the floor, but he can't if they're not going to let him play.
Yeah, there was just how, because I haven't really been keeping up with the Miami Heat at all. I think they're pushing him more to the side because they want to focus more on Hassan Whiteside, who's obviously come out as like a really big time player.
Oh yeah, he signed a 5-year extension in the offseason for like $100 million. I mean, he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Right,
and we keep in mind the Heat are 12-30.
Yeah, so
they're going nowhere fast,
and they're probably going to get a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
So I think what they're going to do is what they thought Justice Winslow would be. They thought he would be a small forward, a guy that can play the 3, a guy that can play the 4, but he's having some health issues. The problem with everything in this case is that the Heat don't have what they were ultimately looking for in a replacement for LeBron, and they can't really seem to get that. They went after Kevin Durant Durant quickly shut them down to go to Oracle. So don't be surprised, and I would say this is one of the top 2, maybe top 3 teams in the hunt for Rudy Gay. I think Miami is there. If Miami continues to lose before the All-Star break, if they go on a 3-4 game losing streak, I believe that Miami will stay quiet at the trade deadline because they're going to want to draft to rebuild around Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah.
When is the All-Star break?
Mid-February.
Mid-February?
It's like 2
Okay.
weeks away. So they have a couple games left to really see, are they going to draft or are they going to go for the big splash right now and get Rudy Gay? Are they going to wait for him to be a free agent? Because I don't think he's a free agent this offseason. I think it's the year after.
I think so, yeah.
So, and Westbrook's off the market. The only other guy that I could see, but he doesn't want to go there, is Carmelo. He only wants to go to 2 other teams now, the Clippers or the Cavs. And
Can you imagine Melo in Cleveland?
I mean, no, it would. I honestly think that's one thing we could discuss. Melo in Cleveland. If that became a thing, are the Cavs unstoppable, or are they? Is he the Achilles heel of the team?
Because I never got a chance to answer the question about.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Who's the better team, the Cavaliers or the Warriors?
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry,
Sorry.
you just went right on past me. Don't worry.
We're both fired, Matt.
The-
Anyway.
I feel like the Cavaliers are the better team, but the Warriors obviously have better players overall. They just haven't completely gelled yet. I feel if it comes time for the playoffs, we will see that they've finally gelled, hopefully in their case.
They have to.
They have to, otherwise they will get blown out by a team like the Spurs, or maybe even the Rockets if they're doing as well as they have been. That will happen. They will need to gel quickly come the playoffs if they haven't yet. So, what were we just talking about? I keep having
Melo in Cleveland.
Okay, Melo in Cleveland.
Good or bad?
I feel like the dynamic would change a little too much. Carmelo is not necessarily.
Okay.
Carmelo is not a good locker room guy. That would hurt so much.
What's your problem, Matt?
I disagree big time.
You disagree big time with.
Oh, here we
yeah.
go. Beyond questions back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Carmelo's
Go ahead, Tom.
Carmelo has been a ball stopper his entire career.
Keep going.
Carmelo is one of those guys who's a lot like DeMarcus Cousins. He always whines to get his way.
Keep
and
going.
he does because he is a big time player. A very big time player. And if he comes to the Cavs, he's not going to be like sure.
Right.
Carmelo and LeBron, they've become really good friends
Yeah.
because of the 2003 draft.
Yeah.
I do not see that working well when
Okay.
it comes to the Cavs at all.
Okay.
If how about this? If Carmelo is on the team, if Carmelo comes play for the Cavs, Golden State will be champions again.
Okay. So, go ahead.
I have. First of all, we gotta ask the question: who will we even give up for Melo?
Right, and that's where I
that's
got you.
And that's part of the problem for me, because I don't see them taking any less than a Kevin Love.
No, they will, and because they are willing to throw out the problem. Look, the entire big thing here. Let's go back to last season when LeBron was asked by a reporter if there are 4 players you could play with on a team, any team in the league, who would you play with? And LeBron immediately answered, my best friend, Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo and LeBron are brothers. On the floor, off the floor. When LeBron goes to New York, it's not because it's NYC. It's not because of Phil Jackson. He hates Phil Jackson. It's not because of, the Big Apple, Madison Square Garden. It's because Carmelo's there. His best friend, who was in his wedding. A guy that he respects and loves, that were in the same draft class and have played against each other and love each other to death. These 2 guys are brothers. He said Carmelo, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul. 3 other guys that he would play with. And I think if he got Melo, who's the one he would want to play with the most now, you could see a team in a starting lineup. That would be Kyrie Irving. At the 2 or the 3, LeBron James, Carmelo. They switch.
Okay.
Go to the 4, you have Kevin Love. Go to the 5, you have Tristan Thompson.
But then who do we give up?
No.
Who do we give up? We give up DeAndre Liggins. We give up Iman Shumpert. We give up.
You're going to send Shumpert back to New
Picks.
York.
You give a team what they want. And they don't want a Kevin Love because Carmelo is not LeBron. He's not Rudy Gay. He's not even on that scale anymore. He has gone from the guy you want to build around to the role player you want to come off the bench because of his own mindset and personality. He is a great player to come to Cleveland because he would mesh with LeBron immediately. And he would also be able to kick the ball out to Kevin Love and to Korver and all Channing Frye, all these guys.
But then who's on, like, I feel the New York Knicks will want somebody like Tristan Thompson to play the 4 for them.
Well, I mean, the Knicks are trying to rebuild.
In order to go with Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, they're trying to rebuild.
Want that?
Yeah, they're trying. Exactly, they're trying to rebuild.
They don't want to do what they did with Rose again. They don't want to do what they did with Melo again. They don't want to bring in a great player immediately because if you're trying to rebuild, what you do is you get guys that are semi-ready and maybe not even ready to have them stay in your system and learn under Jeff Hornacek, to learn under Phil Jackson, and like, this is what we want in 3 years, not what we need now, because you can look at their record. Their record's atrocious right now. I mean, they are a bad team.
Where do the Cavs want to be in 3 years?
The Cavs want to stay where they're at. They don't want they are at the top of the sky with Golden State
right now,
and they're going to stay that way. Kyrie Irving has 3 years left on his contract.
What's going to happen? And I'm just throwing it out there. Okay, what happens? LeBron's already 31, right?
32, right?
LeBron's 31, 32. He's not getting any younger.
No.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would think that between 6 straight years of playing all the way to the NBA Finals, and I'm going to probably be yelled at for this if it happens, but what happens if LeBron gets hurt?
Well, he doesn't. It just doesn't happen. He's too. Go ahead, Tom.
I'm not. I think he's still like a year or two away from being like having some major injury.
Yeah,
but because players in the league and like get along with the coaches now, and they know how to tell their coaches, I do not want to play like 3 straight games with like just like a one break in the middle. Coaches like Greg Popovich, who is prone to resting players who have been playing too long, so that he's resting them so that they can be ready for the playoffs. That's something that Ty Lue, I feel, knows how to do. He's been able to do that. He's been doing that with our starters for the past year now.
Yeah,
and it helps. It helps immensely.
I would interject, and I would say the fact is LeBron is a bull, not in NBA terms, but he's literally a bull. He has the body of he is pure muscle. He's pure health. He holds himself to a high standard of that hit on Draymond Green, or Draymond Green hitting it from Draymond Green, would injure anybody else. LeBron fell to the floor, sat there for a minute, got up, he's fine. NBA Finals, he hurt his wrist. Still went and shot a free throw, made it, and we win the title. This guy knows when there is a situation for him to get hurt, he backs away. Because he knows if he gets hurt,
this team is gone.
Nope.
This team is done.
Warriors win. Title to the Warriors. So I just think, like, the fact is, you can't expect for the greatest player on planet Earth to get hurt. What you can ask is, how many more years does he have to play? That's the question here that we need to answer.
And that's an interesting question to ask, and I think it's 3 years.
I agree, yeah.
For LeBron?
Yeah. And then
yeah.
because
I agree. 3-4 years. Yeah.
he'll decide to retire and Kyrie will bolt town.
No.
No, you don't think so?
I think Kyrie's here for the long run. I think as long as we have Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving, those guys are kind of inseparable. I think once, LeBron's going to tell, and he's still going to have connections with this team. If that's owning the team, if that's being part of the management, if that's part of being any part of the front office, he's going to have something to do with this squad after he retires. So he's not going to let Kyrie leave. He's not going to let Tristan leave. He's not going to let Kevin leave. He's going to tell them all, look, okay, we're all a little bit older now, but now we're going to go back and do what teams have done. We're going to go to the draft. We're going to go to free agency. This team is not going to get worse because the ultimate thing is, think about playing for Greg Popovich, all right? And think about playing for Steve Kerr in Golden State. These coaches have something that players are attracted to, and it's called knowing how to be successful, knowing success and how to win. And when you have Ty Lue, who is thrown into the mold, hey, coach a championship team, because David Blatt isn't. Whoa. I would be sitting there like, whoa, hey, what do you want me to do now? And Ty Lue does it. Wins a championship. So, when you...
I was trying to get something. There it is.
Glass shattered.
Yes.
Yeah. When you have a... when you have LeBron James in your front office saying, hey, DeMar DeRozan, how you doing? So, remember when we played a couple years ago, a couple years back? You want to play with me really quick? Oh, I'm not playing with you. I'm coaching you. Or no, I'm going to get guys around you that make you a champion like I was. How's that? Cool. Couple years down the road from that, hey, son, LeBron James Jr. LeBron's not going to stop playing the NBA, whether it's him or his son or his grandkids or his great-grandkids or the ancestors or the
ancestors.
The little skulls coming out. No, it's going to keep going on. That LeBron James legacy, the legacy of the king, he has an heir to the throne and an heir after that set up. So it's going to keep going down. Cleveland's fine. We're fine for the next 25 years.
I think, as long as LeBron is part of this team in some respect, whether it's playing or whether it's if he becomes a coach or if he becomes part owner
and he will.
Or heck, if he becomes the GM of this team.
He could.
People gravitate to LeBron James. If LeBron James tells you that you can be a champion, you want to be a champion, you go to that team.
Yeah.
And LeBron will only pick the players that he knows can be championship players.
Oh, yeah. And it's not even a question of, because LeBron, I think I told you on one of our shows, LeBron met with Dan Gilbert secretly for about 3-4 hours a couple months ago, I think during the off season maybe. And he said, and one of the reporters went up to LeBron and said, what was that meeting about? And LeBron said, well, I'm not going to give too much detail out. Let's just say I may be the owner in a few years. So the whole point is that, because Dan Gilbert came out and said he's trying to go back to Detroit to do business. He's going to, sell the team to somebody that he trusts, and that is LeBron James. That is the future of this city, the future of this team, the future of Northeast Ohio. It's unfortunate that one man controls the entire economy of Northeast Ohio, because when he left, nobody was downtown at the bars. Nobody went to the convention center. Nobody went to, everybody was down. The Tribe was bad. The Browns continue to be bad.
They're always bad.
They're always bad.
Well, that's why they continued.
They continued to be bad, but people went to the games, but it wasn't like the heart was not there. The happiness, the joy of being downtown was in Miami. When that came back to Cleveland, that was not only welcome home LeBron, but hey, the business owners were like, hey, let's be ready to be rich again. Like, hey, let's be ready to be rich again.
I thought he was going to go there.
It just, that's what it was. And so, that's what happened. Mm-hmm. And it's going to continue to be that way in Cleveland. Not with, LeBron is LeBron. He'll continue to be him. And he is not only a basketball player, he's a businessman. He's a political advocate. And he will continue to stand for what he believes in. Not only is that, politics, but it's also this city in Akron.
Mhm.
So it's going to continue. He's not doing anything else outside of Ohio anytime soon, unless that's on the road playing in a game.
That is beyond question.
That is
Part
beyond
two.
question. Part 2.
And your advisor actually jumped on for a half hour for a change.
Yeah,
So happy.
Why?
because we get to
I've
see
been
your smiling
waiting.
face.
Well, I've been talking about trying to jump on with you guys at some point, and
I've
finally
been
happened.
waiting for so long. Now Tim has come along and found me. Ooh,
Jeremiah, why did you get rid of the
Timmy.
wrong answer? But oh wait,
Oh no.
there it is. I found it.
All right. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I need to run and get some food, and then I gotta get back across to the university soon.
Have fun.
Oh, I already hit the correct button once.
Correct!
There we go.
And Draymond Green is an immature basketball player. And Tom, that is
Beyond
question.
Wait.
Correct!
All right.